Apasionados que viven la intensidad del deporte ciencia, bienvenidos a la mejor entrevista de mi vida, porque no todos los días se puede entrevistar a una leyenda viviente, al más temido de todos. Los envidiosos dirán que yo dije que el mejor es Magnus Carlsen, pero solo hablan de pura envidia, es más, no me lo pueden demostrar, no hay evidencias o videos donde puedan ver eso. Miren, todos sabemos bien que el mejor de todos los tiempos es el Ogro de Bakú, Garry Kasparov.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mi Ogro, cuando decidiste retirarte del ajedrez profesional en el 2005, muchos pensaron que tu retiro sería definitivo. Es más, Magnus Carlsen, no es por ser chismoso, pero dijo, ya no tengo rival en el mundo de las 64 casillas. Pero han pasado casi 2 décadas desde que tomaste esa decisión. Sabiendo lo que sabes ahora, ¿tomarías la misma decisión? Es decir, ¿seguirías la misma línea o harías algún cambio?
Absolutely. I think the decision to retire was very timely because for me, playing chess was not just about winning, but also making a difference. And by 2005, I realized that, not that I've exhausted my creative potential, but it didn't bring me the same pleasure of revealing new secrets of the game of chess. And I also wanted to apply my experience, my talents, my skills to things that I believe are very important. So that's why it was to me, it was a very natural shift. And 2005 was an important year, also a marriage. So I married Dasha, and it's almost 2 decades now. We have kids, we build a new life. So it was just the beginning of new life. Looking back, I think that was one of the most important and timely and the wealth of decisions I made, though many thought at the time that it was very spontaneous. But again, I knew it was the right moment. And now, nearly 20 years later, I know that was a very, very good move that I made.
Sin lugar a dudas, el ajedrez mundial ha revolucionado en las últimas décadas. Pues ahí tienes Gambito de Dama, alteró todo. Pero dime, ¿cómo logras controlar tus niveles de estrés ahora que regresas a los torneos profesionales?
It's very, very different because I'm an amateur now, so I'm no longer playing chess as a professional. I enjoy it immensely because I could have taken Garry out of chess, but I had no chance of taking chess out of Garry. So it's still part of my life, part of my nature, and this passion doesn't die. So that's why I'm always very curious about new adventures on the chessboard, though I recognize my shortcomings. I'm 60, my concentration is nearly not the same as it used to be, and many games that I played lately, they were marked by blunders and mistakes that I would not made 20 years ago. But I enjoy it, and I understand, many people also happy to see me at the chessboard, though, I'm sure this is some sort of a pity because I miss many opportunities, and my performance is it's not even close to what people expected. But I think it's always good to challenge your skills again, recognizing that you're not going to be on top. And I come to St. Louis every year to say to move the pieces, because I can hardly call it playing chess, because playing chess means you would be fully, just engaged, and every loss when I played chess professionally was nearly physical pain. Now, I lose very often, but again, I'm happy to continue playing. This year, I have a very modest goal, just to improve my lousy performance last year.
Bueno, la verdad es que tuviste un desempeño buenísimo hace 2 años.
2 years ago, I did well. Yes, you're right. So that's why, again, this is. I don't think I can repeat it, but let's say just anything in between, the 2 years performance, last year's performance would be a good result for someone who hasn't touched a chess piece physically. I played a lot on the internet, but hasn't touched a chess piece physically for a year.
A ver, mi Ogro, dime la neta, ¿qué tanto te preparaste para este torneo y tu regreso a los tableros? A nivel profesional, pero la neta, ¿sí estudiaste, sí te preparaste? Cuéntame.
No, I play online, just friends. So that again, I just did a little bit of preparation. But no matter how much much time you spend preparing for it, it's still about your concentration. And trust me, this tournament, it's for me, it's a kind of entertainment, but my head is overloaded now with much more important priorities. So that's why, even if I try to separate myself for a day or two or three from other things, the ongoing war and all events that related to this tragedy, it's impossible to control your subconscious. So and that's what I discovered. I remember back in 2017 when I just pretended I could play, semi-professionally. There were moments where just, my concentration elapsed completely. So there were a few games I remember with Nepo and one with Navarra, or just, there were blank spots. And this again, no matter what I do, I understand it's inevitable because your mind is working on its own schedule, spontaneous. But again, I knew it was the right moment, and now, nearly 20 years later, I know that was a very, very good move that I made.
Me parece excelente, pero dime, ¿qué consejo le darías a los ajedrecistas que nos están viendo para mejorar su nivel de juego? ¿Tienes algún método especial o ejercicio ultra secreto de la Unión Soviética que pueda mejorar su nivel de ajedrez?
Chess.
Look, I never needed, any special exercise to improve my concentration or visual memory. So it was, I wouldn't say perfect, but it was almost there. And I'm afraid that the idea that you can share some tips, might be counterproductive because yes, there's some general advices you can receive, but speaking about professionals trying to improve their games, you need to actually look at this person's eyes and also at the games and to understand exactly what is needed. And very often, the advice that you can give to a rising star, it's very different depending on his or her playing style. Advice is good, but that's for the beginners. That's why you can have a book. Up to a certain level, general advice works. But if you want to be really good, so you have to understand who you are. You have to look deep inside and to recognize what is your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and how to deal with that. And it's unique. It's the decision-making process is as unique as your DNA or fingerprints. So that's why trying to generalize it, it's typically counterproductive.
Te enfrentarás a los jugadores más fuertes de Estados Unidos, que a la vez son el 2 y el 3 a nivel mundial, además de muchísimos nuevos talentos en América. ¿Tienes algún interés particular por romperle su tablero a alguno de estos jugadores?
Look, I'm here, just to enjoy myself, and I think it's probably worth mentioning that. There are several players here, who were students of Kasparov Chess Foundation. So so I already played once with Sam Shanklin, but now I have Robson, Jeffrey, and Sam. So first time I'll play them. Look, again, I'm happy there's a chance for me to play with them. I'm sure they will be very keen to play and to beat me, so maybe they can do that. And so it's somehow it's a very odd feeling because when I played professionally, so every game I played I wanted to win and I believe I was a favorite. Now I know in every game I'm an underdog. This is something new to learn.
Realmente me fascina saber que estás de vuelta. Tengo muchísimas ganas de verte jugar y verte ganar todas tus partidas. Te deseo todo el éxito en tu regreso profesional al deporte ciencia.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Apasionados del ajedrez, en esta entrevista tuve el honor, el placer de entrevistar a una leyenda, al Ogro de Bakú. Realmente su regreso a los tableros es un incentivo para todos los apasionados de este deporte. Es algo que nos motiva, una persona, un ajedrecista, un ser humano con una pasión en la vida y con 60 años encima ha decidido que su capacidad creativa sigue al 100. y por eso se enfrentará a los mejores y posiblemente nos demuestre que sigue siendo la cabra de GOAT. Nos vemos en el tablero. A lo último va. Es que iba a decir, empezamos.